The wheel strategy, in my opinion, is the best active income approach that I've found, at least for retail investors. I teach it, I run it, and I believe in it. And I would never make it the only thing in my portfolio, though. That's not a contradiction. It's the most important distinction I can make about how I actually invest my money, because the wheel strategy, like any single strategy, has conditions where it works beautifully, and it also has conditions where it underperforms or creates some real stress. And building a portfolio around just one strategy, no matter how good that strategy is, means your financial life is fully exposed to whatever those conditions actually produce. So here's what going all in on the wheel strategy actually looks like in practice, and where it really starts to break down for investors. Someone runs the wheel strategy, let's say exclusively. Their entire investable capital is deployed in cash secured puts or shares in the covered call phase. Every dollar of income comes from options premium. This works well when volatility is moderate. Stocks stay in reasonable ranges and cycles, complete cleanly. But the wheel strategy has three specific conditions that cause it to really underperform or generate stress. First and foremost, a broad market sell-off. Multiple positions get assigned at the same exact time. The stock prices all drop and the covered call phase produces very little premium because implied volatility collapses after that initial spike. The whole account is in recovery mode simultaneously at that point. Number two, a period of low volatility. When markets are calm, options premiums shrink. The same strikes that paid $1.20 a few months ago now pay 60 cents. Income from the wheel drops significantly, but if it's your only income stream, you still need it to perform. Third, concentration in the wrong names. If the wheel is running on a handful of positions and one sector has a bad quarter, multiple assignments hit at once. There's no other income source offsetting that drag. In all three cases, a portfolio built exclusively around the wheel strategy is vulnerable in ways that more diversified income structures are not. Here's the framework that I personally use when building a resilient portfolio rather than just an optimized single strategy one. Look, every income source has conditions where it works well and conditions where it just doesn't. Options premium compress in those low volatility markets. We know that. Dividends from quality businesses don't though. They arrive regardless of whether the VIX is at 12 or 30. Monthly distributions from covered call ETFs like JEPI and JEPQ may vary, but they continue paying through quiet and volatile markets alike. Look, the goal isn't to find the best single source of income and just only maximize that. The goal is to combine income sources that don't all struggle in the same exact environments. If the wheel strategy is underperforming because volatility is low and premiums are thin, the income floor, SCHD, dividends, JEPI, JEPQ, monthly distributions keeps cash flowing without requiring any trades to actually be made. That non-correlation is the most valuable thing in a portfolio that's designed to hopefully replace a job that pays you every 2 weeks, regardless of what the stock market is actually doing. A truly diversified income portfolio should behave similarly, not because any single source is guaranteed, but because the combined sources are all unlikely to all disappoint simultaneously. Let's talk about the income floor a little bit. Passive and always running. And this is the first layer underneath the wheel strategy and is what I call the income floor, and it is specifically designed to operate without my attention at all. SCHDs, JEPIs, JEPQs sit in this layer. SCHD, quarterly dividends that grow over time. JEPI, JEPQ pay monthly distributions from a covered call overlay that the fund manages on our behalf. None of these require me to make any kind of trades, manage a position, or monitor any sort of expiration. When the wheel is quiet, when I'm between cycles, waiting for the right setup or managing assignments that aren't generating much covered call premiums, the income floor keeps paying. The income gets reinvested right now. Eventually, it becomes part of that monthly cash flow in retirement. Either way, it's working without my involvement. This layer exists specifically for the moments when the active wheel isn't producing. It's the backup generator that you hope you really never need, but are very glad to have when the power goes out. Now, if you're a beginner in all this stuff, obviously we only have a short period of time here together in this YouTube video, so make sure to attend the Ark Options workshop. I go way more depth. It's 90 minutes long, and I give you my 15 favorite stocks, all under $30, as well as my 2 income calculators and my full trade log template. You'll find that as the first link in the description of today's video, so make sure to check that out after today. But let's talk about the long-term accumulation layer, right? The SPYs and the QQQs of the world. This is really the second piece that prevents the portfolio from being all in on the wheel strategy is the long-term accumulation layer. SPY and QQQ buying every single week regardless of market conditions. This layer isn't necessarily generating income right now. Its job is to build the foundation that funds retirement income later, a growing pool of capital with a low average cost that eventually supports a covered call income strategy with almost no risk of being called away at a loss. SPY and QQQ are in the portfolio specifically because they don't depend on any particular condition to work over time. They need one thing, a long enough holding period, and because I'm adding to them weekly without regard for short-term price movements, they're compounding whether the options market is cooperating or not. If I'm having a difficult quarter running the wheel strategy, multiple assignments, thin premiums, high market volatility, SPY and QQQ are still building. The long-term layer doesn't care what happened last month. But let's talk about that active wheel layer, right? This is where the real work, starts to happen. This is the wheel strategy itself, selling puts, covered calls on good quality dividend paying stocks. This sits as the third active layer on top of the first two. This is where I spend my time and actual attention, where I have to apply the technical setup rules, the return on collateral analysis, the position sizing discipline. It's the layer that can accelerate the timeline and produce meaningful income on top of what the floor is already providing for me. But because the floor and the accumulation layer are already running, the wheel layer doesn't have to carry the whole portfolio on its back. I'm not dependent on every cycle working perfectly. I'm not desperate for premium during a slow month, right? The foundation is already generating income and building real value for me. That freedom, not being dependent on any single wheel strategy cycle to produce results, changes how you manage the positions. At least it does for me. You make better decisions when you're not, operating from, a financial stress or financial pressure. Now, here's the honest truth about this all-in thinking. Look, when a strategy works well, it's tempting to concentrate everything into it. The wheel strategy produces premium. More capital in the wheel means more premium. Why would you have to diversify? Well, because the wheel working well is a condition. It's not a guarantee, nothing is. Markets shift, volatility cycles, bad sectors hit your position simultaneously. Going all in on any strategy means you have literally no buffer when those conditions arrive. And they always eventually arrive. The three-layer structure that I've built isn't because I don't trust the wheel strategy, it's because I do trust what diversification across income types produces over a long period of time in the markets. The floor runs automatically. The accumulation compounds steadily. The wheel generates active income on top. None of the three need to be perfect conditions to work simultaneously. And the combination produces a portfolio that is genuinely more resilient than any of them alone. Got some questions for you guys in the comment section. Number one, is the wheel currently your only income strategy? Or do you have any kind of passive income floor running alongside it? Let us know. Number two, have you ever had a stretch of months where the wheel underperformed and you wished you had been doing something else or generating income in the background during it? Let us know down below. And if you are a beginner, I do want to invite you to the Ark Options Workshop. It's 90 minutes long. You get my 15 favorite stocks, all under $30 watch list, my 2 income calculators, as well as my full trade lock template, all completely for free. So click the first link in the description of today's video. Guys, remember, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.